Right in the heart of the Levant, where continents literally collide, there's this kingdom of stark deserts and absolutely timeless cities. It's become a quiet anchor in a pretty turbulent world. This is the story of Jordan.
So it really makes you wonder, right? How has this ancient kingdom, a nation with very few natural resources, totally surrounded by conflict, how has it managed to forge such a powerful identity of resilience? Well, the answer is just as complex and layered as the famous rose-red stone of Petra itself. I mean, we're talking about a city literally carved from impossibility, a true monument to human ingenuity in one of the most unforgiving landscapes on Earth.
Okay, so to really get a handle on the Jordan of today, we've got to journey back way back in time. See, this land wasn't just some bystander to history. No way. It was often the very stage where history unfolded, a prize that the world's greatest empires were desperate to claim.
This story here is just immense. It unfolds across thousands of years. It all starts with some of the world's very first settled villages. From there, the land passed to the incredible Nabateans who were true masters of the desert trade. Then, of course, the Romans came, building their grand, engineered cities. After them, the Byzantines, who dotted the landscape with churches. And finally, the rise of the Islamic caliphates. Every single one of these eras left its mark, shaping the Jordan that we know today.
Okay, get this date in your head, 7250 BC. That's almost 10,000 years ago. Near what is now Amman, at a place called Ain Ghazal, archaeologists found these incredible statues from that exact period. And these aren't just any statues. They are among the oldest large-scale human figures ever discovered. I mean, a find like that fundamentally rewrites our understanding of when civilization really began.
I mean, look at this. It's an absolute monument to human ingenuity. You see, the Nabateans, they weren't just incredible artists. They were masters of water engineering, of hydrology. Right in the middle of the desert, they figured out how to harness the one thing that was scarcest, water. And they used that skill to transform a hidden valley into Petra, the amazing, thriving capital of a trading empire that stretched all the way from the Red Sea to Damascus. All right, let's fast forward a bit. After centuries under Ottoman rule, the 20th century arrives, and it brings just seismic change. Old empires were crumbling, a new sense of Arab nationalism was on the rise, and right from the ashes of World War I, the foundations of a modern kingdom began to be forged.
The Great Arab Revolt of 1916, that was the spark. It was the moment that ignited a whole new era. It was led by Sharif Hussein of Mecca, and he brought together this amazing coalition of local tribes. You had Bedouins, Circassians, Christians, all rising up together to redraw the entire map of the Middle East. This was a fight for Arab independence, and the land that would become Jordan was right at the heart of it. So, in the really complex aftermath of the war, a brand new entity starts to take shape, the Emirate of Transjordan. Now, it was a British protectorate, and under that arrangement, Emir Abdullah, who was the son of Sharif Hussein, took on this just monumental task of trying to unite all these different tribes and start laying the groundwork for an actual modern state. And you can really see the path to becoming a kingdom unfold step by step. It starts as an emirate in 1921. Then, in 1946, it achieves full independence. Not long after that, a modern constitution is put in place. And then, decades later, under the incredibly long reign of King Hussein, you get this pivotal moment, the historic peace treaty with Israel. That single act really cemented Jordan's role as a crucial, essential voice for diplomacy in the region. And all of this brings us to what is really the central paradox of modern Jordan. You've got this region swimming in oil, right? So how did a nation with hardly any water and zero oil wealth become this oasis of stability? Well, the answer isn't in what's under the ground, it's in its people. Jordan has become a completely different kind of crossroads, a human one. Just look at these numbers. They're staggering. We're talking about a situation where nearly a third of the entire population is made up of refugees. For decades, Jordan has just absorbed wave after wave of people fleeing conflict, Palestinians, Iraqis, and most recently, more than 1 million Syrians. This isn't just a government policy. It's something that has become woven into the very fabric of the nation's identity.
And this slide really highlights Jordan's precarious reality. It's like an island of calm in a sea of turmoil. Think about it. While civil wars and really deep-seated conflicts were raging right on its borders, the kingdom somehow managed to navigate the storm. It maintained its own internal stability and acted as a vital partner for peace in the region. It is a delicate and constant balancing act.
This quote seems simple, but it really encapsulates a profound national commitment. Being a refuge for thousands, and now we know it's millions, that's a choice. And it's a choice that has placed an absolutely immense strain on the country's resources, and yet it remains a defining, totally unshakable part of what the kingdom is.
But, Jordan is so much more than its politics and its geopolitics. The very landscape of the country is a study in contrasts. It's a place where the ancient and the modern, the serene and the vibrant, all coexist in this breathtaking dance.
So what's with this number, negative 420 meters? What does that even mean? Well, it's the lowest point on the entire surface of the Earth. That's the elevation of the Dead Sea, that surreal, salt-heavy body of water where you literally can't sink. It's been a source of healing that has drawn people to its shores for thousands of years. And this just shows you the country's surprising diversity. It's incredible. In a single day, you could travel from the stark, almost alien landscape of the Dead Sea all the way up to the lush, pine-forested hills of Ajloon in the north. It's like traversing two completely different worlds inside one small nation. And these contrasts are woven right into the fabric of daily life. I mean, you can walk through an ancient Roman forum in the morning and then explore a cutting-edge art gallery in the afternoon. You can experience the deep, profound silence of the Wadi Rum Desert, and then just hours later be diving among the vibrant coral reefs of the Red Sea. It's a place where traditional Bedouin hospitality thrives right alongside a booming tech startup scene. That's the dynamic pulse of Jordan.
So what's next? Where does this crossroads kingdom go from here? Well, Jordan is charting a future that isn't built on oil, but on its greatest asset, its people. It's positioning itself to become a totally new kind of crossroads, a real bridge for innovation.
The foundation for Jordan's future is really an economy that's built on knowledge. Since they don't have that oil wealth, the nation has focused on cultivating things like trade, tourism, and a really thriving tech sector. It's also become a regional hub for pharmaceuticals and a key exporter of essential minerals like phosphate and potash. And there's probably no single project that symbolizes Jordan's role as a modern crossroads better than this one. It's called Sesame, and it's the Middle East's only synchrotron light source, a type of particle accelerator. It's an incredible beacon of scientific diplomacy. Here you have scientists from nations that are often at political odds. We're talking Iran, Israel, Turkey, all collaborating in the shared pursuit of knowledge. It's literally science being used as a bridge, and it's built right in the heart of Jordan. So that brings us right back to our original question. In a world that feels so fractured by division, Jordan really stands as this quiet testament to resilience, to hospitality, and to dialogue. The ultimate question isn't just about its survival, but whether it can be an example for the rest of us. Can this ancient kingdom, a place that's constantly balancing tradition with innovation, stability with compassion, actually offer a blueprint for a more hopeful future?